There we go. Hey, everybody. Hey, Tugboat. Hey, Keith. Hey, Michael. The Cool Down Crew. The Cool Downers. How's everybody doing? Hey, Pippi. Got your emails. I probably won't reply to you till tomorrow, though. But yes. Yeah, we're all the downers. Man, this has been a week. The big thing that's going on this week is we have been working. We put the Magic the Gathering cards up on the website, and man, they've been selling like hotcakes. Did not expect that good of a reaction to it. It's kind of awesome. Hello, Kelly. How you doing? So tonight I got my Colonel Weird. This is the printout of the picture we did last week. And I was just getting ready to tape it onto my good paper and get inking. How was everybody's week? Do you have anybody get some good news? Hey, Stacy. You can see that pretty good. Oh, that's cool.
Pippi's been animating.
Been animating, trying to finish a project before I went to hospital. Yeah, man, I hope the hospital goes good for you. Been a long week of work. Yeah. The weeks nowadays have not been short. I don't know what it is. Actually, it's like they're always the opposite of what you want them to be. That's how it works.
Life is unpredictable.
I have been looking forward to working on this. I think this is going to be a fun and pretty quick to ink. Like, I think I'll get it inked tonight. Of course, that's like famous last words. Oh, geez. Yeah, I forgot tomorrow was WonderCon. I forget that conventions are still going on, to be honest. I need to start doing them again, but I have not been looking forward to it. Oh, Stacy, thank you so much. The Colonel Word cover was so good. I was really happy with that one. That, like Pippi asked me online, that I used this guy. He never shows up good on camera, but I used my little Colonel Weird model extensively. Are you going to focus? Oh, congratulations, Michael. That's huge. I always tell people that making comic books is literally impossible, and any progress you make on it is always really, really good, really impressive. Of course, my hat goes right into the camera.
Let me grab your beanie.
Nah. Time to switch to a beanie. I don't ever mind having a balding head, except when it's sort of like jammed right in front of a camera, where you have to look at my bald spot instead of the artwork.
Tula's just trying to tell us that it's gonna be dinner time in an hour and a half.
Are you using straight black ink, or is this something that has a bit of color to it? It's a little bit of color. I'm using a burnt umber. Which has been my main go-to for my first inking pass lately.
Does Tula know the word dinner? I don't know that she does. And she can't hear very well anymore. She's 15, losing her hearing. While Tyler's working, quietly I am logging in more inventory. We'll see how many I can do while multitasking. Ah, Keith's cat just stole the glass glass of water.
Oh man. That's always the worst. I remember one time when we lived in Portland, the neighbors got into a big ruckus, and I had to set my sandwich down that I had just made and was about to take my first bite. And I ran outside and did all this stuff, and then when I came back in, my sandwich was completely gone. And Tula was looking pleased as punch.
Oh. Michael says, how does Keith's cat do that without opposable thumbs?
They always find a way.
Stacy asks, will the art be on your own website?
When I start reselling stuff?
Like, the Colonel Weird that you're doing right now is a commission for someone. Someone already...
Yeah, like, this is already done. Yeah, the plan is to, I'm trying to think about how much I want to talk about just now, because we're still working out some of the very fine details, but,
And you haven't signed any contract.
yeah. But it'll probably be on my website.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we'll definitely, like, as soon as we have something set up, I'll be posting about it like crazy.
You did? You saw Tibbs? Hi, Emma.
Hey, Emma.
Tibbs would eat a sandwich.
Yep.
100%. Pippi says everyone where Pippi's living is really into the eclipse.
Oh, I don't blame them. Man, we had the eclipse here 5 years ago, something like that, 4 or 5 years ago. And it was actually a really cool experience. I don't know if there'll ever be another one where I live, like in my lifetime, but
The eclipse isn't going to be visible here?
no, it's like a stretch through, like I think it starts in sort of eastern Texas and goes up to the Midwest towards like kind of towards Pennsylvania, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, Comics Troops. Good to see you.
Uh-oh. We got a cat.
Oh, what movie are you gonna go see?
Kelly says everyone should go see Late Night with the Devil. I hadn't even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a David Desmelchen
Oh, okay.
one. That one actually looks.
Stepping on stuff she's not supposed to.
Late Night with the Devil looks really good. Risking my sanity on Godzilla. That Godzilla -1? Or is there a new one? It seems like there's like every time I turn around there's a new Godzilla movie coming out.
Keith says Godzilla X Kong.
Oh. Really surprised that they didn't like stagger those out a little bit more. But I assume that like Godzilla -1 was like a Japanese studio and the King Kong one is the new one is like an American studio. But that's just an assumption. I don't know if that's true. I liked Late Night with the Devil a lot. Yeah, I had heard that. That's a bummer.
Very frustrating. A couple of people saw Ghostbusters recently and said that they enjoyed it.
Oh, Ghostbusters was fun. I didn't see the last one. I liked Ghostbusters a lot when I was a kid, but I don't know if it's like compelling enough for me to go see another one.
Michael says that one was really good.
I got the David Lynch Dune on Blu-ray came in this week. So that was my weekend movie I was going to watch. Oh, yeah, Keith, I did hear that Canva bought Affinity Designer. It's hard to say if they're going to go to subscription in the future. The CEO of Affinity, or of Serif, the company that makes Affinity, has been very adamant that that's not the case. And of course, we all know how acquisitions go. Like, people can say whatever they want, but eventually it's the venture capitalists who get to decide. But we'll see. Like, the one thing that's cool about the acquisition is they said they would start giving free licenses of Affinity software for schools and libraries, which is rad. That's the way to go. What was the last movie you liked? Oh man, that's a tough one. I actually don't like. I like movies, but I don't like most of the movies I see. Which sort of...
Isn't that true for everybody, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true for everybody. The last one I liked...
I'm drawing a blank on even the last one we watched together.
I think the last thing we watched together was we watched the Dune 1 recently. And in spite of like my love for the David Lynch Dune is steadfast. I thought the new ones were pretty good. They did like they have an epic feel to them that the Lynch one. Well, it's just different from the David Lynch one. Because his was pretty epic feeling too. The stuff that Lynch added to Dune is stuff that I profoundly love, though. Like I love how Muad'Dib turns into a killing word, and the way they use those little weirding devices to just to fight people with their voice. Like, that stuff's really cool. Yeah, comic strips. I know you weren't trying to stump me.
It's okay.
Yeah, I always just whenever anyone asks me anything directly, I always forget everything. Like, there's so many times someone will, like, I'll be talking, like, making an order on the phone or something, and as soon as they ask me my zip code, it's like I could have told them until the second they asked me, and then I have to think about it real hard. Even though it's a piece of information I have permanently stored.
Chris feels the same about what you said about the Dune movie. He likes that the new one left out Herbert's homophobia.
Yeah. Yeah, although I will say the new one, they didn't do a very good job with Paul's mom, the Lady Jessica. She was a little bit too, like, I don't know, in the books, she's a lot more badass. And then in that, in the new movie, she sort of fluctuates between being badass and being sort of, like, weepy and weird. Tinker Tailor's Soldier Spy. I have never seen that. I should give that a shot. Why are you not using pen brush? That's a good question, Gabriel. I use... the main reason why I don't use a pen brush is because the inks in them... Like, I haven't found a pen brush that comes with waterproof ink. I have heard that you can put, like, rapidograph ink into, like, a Pentel pen brush. But I just haven't sat down to do any experiments with that to see how it works. And these brushes work really well. I use a lot of colored ink. It's hard to tell from this because of the light box, but the ink I'm using is actually brown. Little Tibbs.
Chris says, I love pen brushes for convenience, but the ink is rarely archival quality.
Oh, yeah, I could see that being the case.
enjoy using nibs.
I do enjoy using nibs. I use, I've been using this guy a lot, which is a Hunt 102. Oh, the lighting's so weird right now because of the light box. And I use G-nib a lot. If I can find it. There it is. I use this G-nib quite a lot. Like, I use the nibs for a lot of really small details lots of times. Don't think I'll use it for this piece very much, but when I have very small faces, lots of times the nib comes out. I've been watching, Hope. What's her name? Hope, the inker. She has a great YouTube channel. I'm going to look it up real quick. Sandra Hope. She's one of the best inkers in the industry, like working in the industry right now, I think. And she's really good. She has a great YouTube channel. The outside of your watercolor box looks like the background of your new black hammer cover. It does a little bit. It's like a very similar blue. Those G-nibs can lay down some thick lines. I tried an A and they seem even finer than the 102s. Tried an A? What? Who makes the A? Is that a Hunt?
Hello, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
Pippi said that Mike Oming taught Pippi about putting your own ink in the brush pen. And I don't know if you noticed, but Comic Tropes is going to be doing an interview with Mike Oming.
Oh yeah, on Monday, right?
I think it is Monday.
I think I saw that on BlueSky.
Can't remember if it's on Pros and Cons or on Comic Tropes, but I can look. I don't know if Chris is still on.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I haven't talked to Mike in a long time, but he's a very, very cool dude. Him and his wife both. Taki. Are great cartoonists and great people. Getting there.
It's on Chris's Pros and Cons channel. Mike Oming's gonna be on 4/1. Is that Monday?
Yeah. April Fools.
got a lot going on in that picture.
Yeah, it's like a fully rendered kitchen. It's not too bad though. The low angle helps a little bit. Oh shit.
What?
I'm just reminded that I was gonna work out the grid on the floor.
Oh, and now...
It's not too late. I'll have to do it and print it out separate. But I should have made a note for myself.
Can we make a note?
Sure. Oh no, Dylan, ran out of ink. I didn't even know that they made color ink for Pentel brush. Oh, unless it's the those big ones with like the clear plastic handle or whatever. Not the pocket brush.
Dylan says, yeah, not the pocket brush.
Yeah, I haven't used those very much. I've used them a little bit. I can't remember how like sharp you can get those tips. It seemed like you could get them pretty sharp. Like the pocket brush is pretty wild how you can get like a single hair and then you can actually get like super fat, like fatter than the brush I'm using now.
Pippi says they sell ink refill kits on Amazon with rounded syringes to refill the cartridges.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could buy those. I know you could I didn't know you could buy those as a kit. That's pretty cool.
And then Dylan says that they can get their tip really sharp, pretty sharp.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder if I should spend a little time and explore that a little bit more. Working with a brush pen is definitely faster when you don't have to go dip every, 4 or 5 strokes.
Also, Michael says they love how the undersink curtain really puts this at a certain time period.
Oh, thanks.
I agree.
That, to me, that always just feels more country. Like, I feel like that was real common
In the 50s.
when I was growing up in the 70s even.
Yeah.
But they were all houses built in the 50s.
Dylan is hoping to get. What is the? It's not Doc Martens. It's Doc PH.
Dr. P.H. Martins, yeah.
P.H. Martins, Sunrise Pink, and a mixed media sketchbook.
Oh.
Sunrise Pink sounds beautiful.
I used Doc Martens a ton on my first watercolor book, a book called Bad Blood. But they are very expensive. And I was using them, basically I was using them mostly for airbrush stuff. Now I mostly use it, now I use like acrylic ink for all that stuff.
J.O. Hello, J.O.
Hey, J.O.
Asks, which G-nib do you use?
Oh, I think it's a zebra. I have ordered them from Jet Pens. Let's see if it says on here. Oh, it's an Eco. I bought a grip of these, so I've been using the same ones for a couple years now. They last forever. They're like, they're very good that way. Like my Hunt 102s, I can maybe, well, I don't know, it totally depends. But they just, the nib, like the tip wears down after a while, and they don't last as long. Sunrise Pink is a part of their concentrated watercolor line. Yeah, their concentrated colors are gorgeous. Do I have... I have a few left here that I have not used for anything. I wonder if I have that color you're talking about. Tangerine.
Baby says they're good to drop in your watercolors too.
Yeah, I should actually make a point of trying to use some of these up before they dry out. Yeah, I should pull these out and put them on my... There's no way in this light you can see like how good these are, or how just saturated they are. And the jars that they come in are wonderful.
They look like old medicine jars.
Yeah, they look like little old medicine jars. Is that what he uses for those watercolors?
Mike McCone.
I don't know Mike McCone.
Pippi says Mike McCone drops them in his watercolors, and that it pumps up the colors.
Yeah, I could see that. Although I think like one of the things with Dr. Martens, but it might be their dyes because they have two different. Like they do watercolor and they do dyes, and I think the dyes are not light safe, like at all. Like they don't last for very long. I should do a little bit of research on that before I start using them.
Pippi thinks you might be following him on Instagram.
It's likely. Oh, yeah, it's totally likely. Let me look him up actually. I'm so bad at like following people on Instagram and not like.
I'm so bad with names. I'm
Yeah,
good with
no, it's not
faces.
paying good enough attention on with names.
MCKONE.
I have no idea what his Instagram name is.
It's _MCKONE _.
There he is. Oh yeah. Oh, he uses. Yeah, I could see that actually. Some of his stuff is like so saturated. I could see him putting those Dr. Martens in there. That would make sense. I used to be pretty nervous about oversaturating stuff. And then I started really looking at Stelfreeze's stuff. And I got over it pretty quick when I saw how beautiful his and how saturated his stuff is.
Michael says they're terrible at pulling those long straight lines with a brush.
Yeah, I'm okay at it. It could be way better.
It used to be worse though, I imagine.
Yeah, no, I am like getting better. It does feel good when you, like, when you get a good one. I can barely speak when I do it, though. It takes so much effort.
Are you staying with the cool blues from the sketch?
No.
That's Michael asking.
No, Michael. I think I'm gonna go really warm with this, actually. Like, get real golden sunlight coming through the window. So I think the shadows will be kind of just a straight gray, maybe a Payne's gray. Or I may actually do the shadows in like a warmy brown color. Or I could do the shadows in the, like, keep everything in the kitchen very golden, but then Colonel Weird do his shadows very cool so that he looks just a little bit more like he doesn't fit. That could be fun.
Michael says, oh, Pippi says, I feel like this could totally be a cover. Stacy too.
Thanks. That's kind of the goal of a lot of these. I mean, when they're listed on the Cadence website, they were listed as cover quality. So that's usually what I'm going for. Although I guess recently, like, my covers have started to be, I'm working 2 times up. Like, this would be considered 150% instead of 200% up from like a published size.
Keith asks, do you think you're going to do some color tests to decide?
Probably not. I'm probably gonna just move slowly. Like, I do know that I want the kitchen to be really warm colored, so I think I'll start with a yellow wash on that, and then lay in the what do you call that? The surface colors. Hey, Morgan. It's good to see you. Yes, that is brown ink. Does it show up if I turn off the thing? Kinda, not really.
The yellow wash for the kitchen is very kitchen.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking, like, I have this backsplash back here, and I was thinking that would be like a yellow or an orange, like a Formica backsplash. And then the wood, or like the cabinets, I was thinking was going to be like a golden wood. Like, there was a very 50s and 60s style where they...
The oak?
I think it was usually pine, but with like a golden shellac finish on it. It has like a real specific kind of orange color to it.
Morgan says they're busy on Fridays.
Oh.
It's good to see you when you can make it.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you on Free Comic Book Day when we do that.
Which is not on a Friday.
Which is not. It's on Saturday, May 4th.
Morgan's excited.
Yeah, me too. We're setting up free comic book day at my local library. And it'll be the first time we have done it there. But it's going to be awesome. And it's my first time helping to organize an event like this, and it's been a little bit of a learning curve.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo. It's good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Sign all the library books. Do not sign the library books without permission from a librarian.
Bo says, is that the same library that you designed the tote bags for?
That is.
Don't mess with librarians, Michael says.
I mean, unless you Never want to use the internet again.
Stacy's library has a great comic and manga section.
Yeah, that's like the that's like the fastest growing part of like most libraries in America is their comics and manga sections. And they're still not growing fast enough, I think, to meet demand or whatever.
Dylan, is Terry Moore participating in your local Free Comic Book Day?
I like Terry Moore. I check out his YouTube kind of regular. He and his wife seem very nice.
Mm-hmm. Rachel Rising was really good, Keith says.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm. I like Strangers in Paradise. Wait, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pippi likes Motor Girl. That one was also good.
I don't think I read Motor Girl.
Morgan's thinking of bringing their comic collection to let people see it.
Ooh.
But then realized that most of their comics are 18 and over.
Yeah, keep your smut at home.
They will stay hidden in Morgan's room.
Now I'm going to do a little bit of a watered down brown for the stuff outside the window. Actually, I need to check a photo reference of a windmill. What do you call that? Is it just called a windmill that they used to pump for a water pump?
Yeah.
A farmhouse windmill. Okay. Actually, this is going to require a little bit of pencil work. it's barely showing up.
Are you gonna keep that off for a while? Your light pad?
Just for a second. I can
Oh, okay.
turn this up though.
Whoa. Perfect.
Overshot just a little bit there.
Yeah. What did you just use?
I just used a Kurotaka brush pen. And let's see if I can see it here. Kinda. This doesn't have to be super detailed.
Maybe likes the windmill being out there.
Yeah, I think it adds to the sense of place.
Yeah. Hi, Inktology.
Hey, Inkology. Thank you so much.
Michael says the windmill ties in with the undersink curtain really nicely.
Every undersink curtain should come with one windmill.
Stacy says, "Yeah, dude, they're at the farm."
TM.
Pippi's asking about Talkie-Walkie. I don't know if that's a spoiler. People.
Yeah, I don't know either. That book came out a while ago. What about Talkie-Walkie?
Did they die?
No. Because, what was the other book? There was another Black Hammer series where they go, like, 1,000 years into the future, and Talkie-Walkie is, like, the leader of some cult. I think that came out before Colonel Weird did. I think that was, like... I think I might be spoiling something from before that.
Stacy for saying dude says, "Sorry, I've been in California for 30 years. Every other word is dude." Gotta move to Oregon, so you lose a lot of that. Well, not a lot of it. Bet you there's still plenty of people in Oregon that say dude, too.
Yeah.
And guys.
Don't your brothers say dude a lot?
I think they say bro a lot.
Mm.
My brothers live in North Carolina. Looks like you're almost done with the brown ink.
Yeah, I was just thinking that that I was done, and then I saw that this little cabinet door needed to be added. I think that might be it.
Are you missing handles on some? No, you're not.
Maybe you could see a little bit of a handle back here.
Michael's asking about any interesting linoleum texture or pattern for the floor.
Other than the checker, I don't think so.
You don't want to distract too much from Colonel Weird.
Yeah, I think that's it for the inks. If I can remember to read the note that Ma made for me, I might remember to do the floor before I start painting. Yeah.
People like your ink work.
Thanks. Yeah, I think this turned out nice, or it's turning out nice.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Got here right at the end. Yikes. Well, that only took just a little bit over an hour. That's not too bad. I feel like it looks good. It has a good, it's a very good start.
Oh, someone asked earlier, and I can't remember who it was, but you were talking about something else, and I didn't want to interrupt you. What do you think's in Colonel Weird's pockets?
That's a good question. Just astronaut stuff.
So, ice cream?
Just ice cream, those
Dehydrated
dippin' dots or whatever, and maybe some moon rocks.
They wouldn't have Dippin' Dots in space.
I thought that was what they did for ice cream there.
No, it's like a brick. The Dippin' Dots would float around and get away from you and get stuck in crevices.
Maybe. A yo-yo.
Yeah,
A golf
in
ball,
space.
probably. Yeah, me neither, Stacy. All right. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks again for hanging out with me on a Friday night. I'm sure you all have lots of awesome stuff you could be doing, so it's always amazing that you hung out with me and with each other.
Don't forget to like. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
like.
give it a little like if you like the stream. I hope everybody has a great weekend and a great week. And don't forget to tell the people you love how much you love them. And I love all you guys. And
Like
I'll...
Mark says every week, don't forget to tell the people that you love Harrow,
Lonesome Hunters. All right, everybody. I'll see you next weekend or next Friday. Bye.